Hi, I will be going in the order of the procedural, then the arguments. First on the procedural, one, she said reading quickly is bad, but reading quickly is not against the rules. Any style of debate is allowed in this tournament. Two, even if it makes it more difficult for her to debate, it did not prevent her from debating. She was able to answer many of my arguments, which means that there is no impact. And three, reading quickly is good because it allows for complicated arguments to be more thoroughly explained than at faster pace than at regular pace within a time limit. And next, she said I passed the time limit, which shows one, the tournament rule is that to be abusive, I have to have my video has to be 30 seconds longer than the speech itself, which my videos my videos aren't 30 seconds longer. Two, passing debate times limits. Passing the debate time limits is good because it allows for us to have a better understanding of my arguments, which means she's able to have a more detailed understanding of how to answer my arguments. And three, she did not approve a reason why passing the time limit is bad, which means that you shouldn't even give her leeway on this argument, which means you default to the proposition. Next, onto the counterplan. First, she said that we should abolish prisons except for racial hate crimes. But racists such as Officer Darren Wilson, who shot Michael Brown, or Officer Daniel Pantaleo, who killed Eric Garner, who were two unarmed men, unarmed black men, were never arrested but were defended by racists and considered heroes who should be defended for their acts, even though they killed unarmed people of color, which shows that in our society racism is it will never be able to be solved, even by these special courts, because they will always be seen as above the law and people who should be protected. Two, and by maintaining any sort of prisons, it allows for right-wing forces to take over these new prisons and maybe reinstall the system of white supremacy through these new prisons, such extend our Gilbert 2010 evidence, which shows how the reform can be co-opted. Next. And she said we can reform the system by fining for marijuana instead of arresting. But black people are 3.7 times more likely to be arrested and attacked for marijuana use than white people, which shows how there is a constant racism. Even if we don't arrest these people, there will be 3.7 more targeting of the people of color for using marijuana than there will be than white people would actually be, according to the ACLU. And she said that we can educate these people and give them high school diplomas. But even if you're given a high school diploma in prison, even if you get out, you're most likely to go back in, and you will only be considered a criminal with a high school degree, and you will never be able to get a job in the real world. Which means that even if we have these reforms, they will never get away from the stereotypes of being viewed as criminal. Thank you.